From the icy fjords of Scandinavia to the winding rivers of Europe, the Vikings struck fear into kingdoms far and wide. For centuries, their name was whispered with a mix of terror and awe. But how did a relatively small group of Nordic warriors manage to raid, conquer, and settle so much of the known world? What drove them from their harsh homelands to leave an indelible mark on history? Let's set sail and uncover the epic story of the Viking expansion. Our journey begins in the lands we now call Norway, Sweden, and Denmark. Long before they were known as the Terror of the Seas, the Norse people were farmers, traders, and craftsmen. They lived in a challenging environment, where fertile land was scarce and survival depended on resilience and ingenuity. It was this drive for resources, wealth, and new opportunities that pushed them to look beyond their own shores. They developed incredible shipbuilding technology, creating the iconic longship, a vessel so advanced it could navigate both the treacherous open ocean and shallow inland rivers, making it the perfect tool for exploration and raiding. The year 793 marks a turning point in European history. A fleet of longships appeared off the coast of Northumbria, in England, and descended upon the holy monastery of Lindisfarne. The attack was swift, brutal, and shocking. This raid is often considered the beginning of the Viking Age. Using their unparalleled mobility, the Vikings would strike without warning, targeting wealthy but poorly defended monasteries and coastal towns. They would seize treasure, valuables, and captives, then disappear back into the sea before any organized defense could be mustered. This hit-and-run tactic became their signature, spreading their fearsome reputation across the coasts of Britain, Ireland, and Francia. But the Vikings were not content with just coastal raids. As their confidence and numbers grew, so did their ambitions. By the 9th and 10th centuries, their expansion reached an incredible scale. They sailed their longships deep into the heart of Europe, navigating the Seine to besiege Paris, journeying down the rivers of modern-day Russia to reach the Byzantine Empire, and even raiding the coasts of Spain and Italy. They weren't just raiding anymore, they were establishing settlements, creating powerful trade networks, and founding new kingdoms. The Danelaw in England, Normandy in France, and the Kievan Rus in the east were all born from this era of intense Viking activity, demonstrating their evolution from raiders to rulers and state builders. It's a common misconception to see the Vikings only as savage warriors. While their martial prowess was undeniable, their society was complex and sophisticated. They were skilled farmers who adapted to new lands, and master craftsmen whose intricate metalwork and wood carvings are still admired today. They were also shrewd merchants who established extensive trade routes connecting Scandinavia with the far reaches of Europe and the Middle East, trading furs, amber, and slaves for silver, silks, and spices. Their culture was rich with epic sagas, complex mythology centered around gods like Odin and Thor, and a runic alphabet used for writing and magic. This cultural richness traveled with them, influencing the art, language, and customs of the places they settled. The Viking Age eventually drew to a close around the 11th century, as Scandinavia consolidated into unified Christian kingdoms and their neighbors developed more effective defenses. But the legacy of their expansion is woven into the fabric of modern Europe. They founded cities like Dublin and left their genetic and linguistic mark across vast regions. The spirit of exploration, the sagas of their heroes, and the image of the longship cutting through the waves continue to fascinate and inspire us. From feared raiders to influential settlers and kings, the Vikings' journey is a powerful testament to ambition, adaptation, and the relentless human drive to explore. Their story shows how a people from the rugged north reshaped a continent and left a legacy that endures to this day. Thanks for watching. If you want to uncover more epic stories from history, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. We'll see you in the next one.